Welcome to an epic journey through the vast world of Middle-earth, created by the legendary J.R.R. Tolkien. Here, heroes and villains of legend face off in monumental battles that have captured the imagination of readers and viewers across generations. From desperate struggles for survival to the ultimate confrontation against the forces of evil, these battles are not just a display of bravery and strategy, but crucial moments that define the fate of their characters and the future of Middle-earth. Get ready to explore the 5 most epic battles, those that have left an indelible mark on the history of this fantastical world. And remember, if you're passionate about adventure, magic, and the epic fight between good and evil, subscribe to not miss any of our stories. Rank number 5. The Battle of the Pelennor Fields. We begin our countdown with the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, a confrontation that has been etched in the memory of all followers of the Middle-earth saga. This battle is, without a doubt, one of the largest and most decisive clashes in the War of the Ring. Located on the vast plains in front of the imposing gates of Minas Tirith, the capital of the Kingdom of Gondor, this conflict is not just a fight for territory, but a crucial battle for the defense of the world of men against the dark and overwhelming forces of Sauron. The tension is palpable in the air as the hordes of Mordor, composed of orcs, trolls, and fearsome Nazgûl mounted on winged beasts, besiege the great city. The desperation of Gondor's defenders grows as the enemy forces seem inexhaustible, and the hope of victory fades with each passing moment. However, just when all seems lost, the horizon brings with it a surprise that would change the course of history. At dawn, the cavalry of the Rohirrim arrives, led by the brave King Theoden. This army, known for its skill and bravery, charges against the forces of Sauron with a momentum that seems to ignite the flame of hope in the hearts of the men of Gondor. The sound of their horns echoes across the Pelennor Fields, announcing their unexpected arrival and marking the beginning of a dramatic turn in the battle. The fight is fierce, and the battlefield becomes a chaos of steel and magic. But it is this moment, this turning point, that demonstrates the importance of unity and courage in the face of adversity. The Battle of the Pelennor Fields is not only a testament to strategy and valor, but also a reminder that even in the darkest moments, the light of hope can emerge from where it is least expected. With victory in this battle, the forces of light gain a crucial respite in their fight against darkness, setting the stage for the final events of the War of the Ring. The Battle of the Pelennor Fields is not just a military victory, but a triumph of the human spirit, an epic song of resistance, valor, and hope that resonates through eternity in the heart of Middle-earth. Rank number 4. The Battle of Helm's Deep. In the 4th place of our epic battles of Middle-earth, we dive into the heart of bravery and despair, with the Battle of Helm's Deep, also known as the Siege of Helm. This confrontation is one of the most heroic and dramatic pages in the history of Rohan, where hope and despair intertwine at every moment of the fight. The fortress of Helm's Deep, with its imposing wall and the deep gorge that protects it, became the last bastion of resistance of the Rohirrim against the dark forces of Saruman. With an army composed of thousands of Uruk-hai, creatures forged in the darkness and fire of Isengard, Saruman sought to crush any hope of resistance in the kingdom of Rohan. The defenders, led by the brave Theoden, king of Rohan, and his loyal warriors, were outnumbered and entrenched in the fortress, prepared to resist until the last breath. The night of the siege was long and filled with terror. The Uruk-hai, with their brute strength and unbreakable will to destroy, launched one assault after another against the walls of Helm's Deep. However, the determination of the Rohirrim did not waver. With each repelled attack, their hope was strengthened, clinging to the promise of Gandalf the Grey, who had left in search of help. The battle intensified under the darkness, with the clamor of weapons and war cries resonating in the night. And when all seemed lost, at dawn on the 5th day, the light of dawn brought with it the figure of Gandalf, mounted on Shadowfax, alongside the forces of Erkenbrand. The cavalry of Rohan, with Gandalf at the forefront, charged against Saruman's besieging army, breaking their lines and sowing chaos among their ranks. The Battle of Helm's Deep is not only remembered for the victory against the forces of darkness, but also for the indomitable spirit of the Rohirrim, their bravery, their resilience, and their ability to maintain hope in the darkest moments. are a testament to the courage that defines the inhabitants of Middle-earth. This battle, with its epic conclusion, has been engraved in the memory of all those who value freedom and the fight against tyranny. Rank number 3. The Battle of the Five Armies. At number 3 on our countdown, we dive into the heart of Middle-earth to relive the Battle of the Five Armies, a monumental conflict that unfolds at the foot of the imposing Lonely Mountain. This confrontation is not just a fight for power or glory, but a decisive battle for the fate of Erebor and the vast treasure that lies within. The spark that ignites the fire of this war is greed and desperation. On one side, we have the dwarves, led by Thorin Oakenshield, who seek to reclaim their ancestral home and the riches that were taken from them by the dragon Smaug. On the other, the men of Lake Town, led by Bard the Bowman, who with a precise arrow ended the tyranny of Smaug, seek compensation for their losses and a promise of shared wealth. And we cannot forget the elves of the Mirkwood, commanded by Thranduil, driven by ancient claims and the recovery of lost treasures. However, when the threat of the orcs and goblins, led by Azog the Defiler, looms over them, dwarves, men, and elves must set aside their differences and unite forces in a fragile but powerful alliance. This common enemy, thirsty for blood and destruction, seeks not treasure or glory, but the total annihilation of its adversaries and the domination of Middle-earth. The Battle of the Five Armies is a spectacle of bravery, sacrifice, and strategy. The battlefield becomes a living chessboard, where each move can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Fight is fierce, and the land is stained with the blood of the fallen, while the fate of Erebor and the entire region hangs in the balance. This conflict is not only crucial for restoring balance in the region, but also marks the end of the adventure narrated in The Hobbits. The Battle of the Five Armies is a reminder that, in the deepest darkness, unity and courage can ignite the light of hope and forge unbreakable alliances. In Middle-earth, where the fate of many is intertwined, this battle will be recorded in history as a testament to what can be achieved when peoples unite for a common good. At number 2, in our countdown, we dive deep into the history of Middle-earth to relive the Battle of Dagorlad, an epic confrontation that lays the groundwork for the events narrated in The Lord of the Rings. This battle is not just a clash of arms, but a confrontation between light and darkness, hope and despair. The plains of Dagorlad, located at the very gates of Mordor, Sauron's realm, become the stage for this monumental confrontation. The alliance, led by Elendil, the king of the Dundane, and Gil-galad, the supreme king of the elves, marches towards Mordor, determined to put an end to Sauron's reign of terror. By their side, legendary figures like Isildur, son of Elendil, and the elf prince Elrond, who would play crucial roles in the outcome of this story. The battle is fierce and brutal. The forces of the Last Alliance, though brave and determined, face a formidable enemy. However, the skill and valor of the elves and men begin to balance in their favor. The climax of this battle comes when Sauron himself enters the battlefield. His power is overwhelming, and many fall before his mere presence. However, in an act of unparalleled bravery, Elendil and Gil-galad confront Sauron in direct combat. Though both lose their lives in the process, their sacrifice is not in vain. Isildur, using the broken hilt of his father's sword, cuts the ring of power from Sauron's finger, defeating him and ending his reign of terror. The victory of the Last Alliance in the Battle of Dagorlad marks the end of the Second Age, but at a devastating cost. The plains of Dagorlad are sown with the bodies of the fallen, and many heroes never return to their homes. Although Sauron's defeat brings a time of peace to Middle-earth, the scars of this battle will endure, reminding us of the price of freedom and the importance of courage and sacrifice. Thus concludes our look at the Battle of Dagorlad, a defining moment in the history of Middle-earth, where the union of elves and men managed to defeat the darkness, at least for a time. Rank number 1, the Battle of the Last Alliance. And now at number 1 on our countdown, we dive into the heart of Middle-earth to relive the legendary Battle of the Last Alliance. Often confused with the Battle of Dagorlad, this confrontation is the climax of the same war, a decisive moment that would define the fate of Middle-earth for ages to come. On the grim slopes of Mount Doom, the forces of evil rose imposingly, led by the Dark Lord Sauron, whose power threatened to plunge the world into despair and darkness. Faced with this overwhelming evil, an unprecedented alliance was forged between elves and men, united under the banner of hope. Elendil, the king of the Dúnedain, and Gil-galad, the supreme king of the elves, led their armies in a battle that would become legend. The fight was fierce and merciless. The earth shook under the clash of swords, and the sky darkened with the smoke and fire of war. But despite the overwhelming odds, the courage and determination of the last alliance shone with an unbreakable light. At the heart of the battle, Elendil and Gil-galad faced Sauron in a duel that would decide the fate of all. Victory came at an unimaginable cost. Both Elendil and Gil-galad fell in combat, sacrificing their lives for the freedom of Middle-earth. But it was in that moment of despair, when all seemed lost, that Isildur, son of Elendil, took his father's broken sword, and with a desperate stroke, cut the One Ring from Sauron's hand, defeating him and scattering his armies. The Battle of the Last Alliance culminated in the temporary defeat of Sauron and the loss of the One Ring, an event that would mark the beginning of the Third Age of Middle-earth. Although the victory was bitter, and the One Ring would continue to weave its dark fate, this epic confrontation remains as a testament to courage and unity in the face of the darkest adversity. Thus concludes our journey through the most epic battles of Middle-earth. The Battle of the Last Alliance is not only a reminder of the fragility of peace and freedom, but also of the indomitable strength of the united spirit against darkness, a legacy that endures in the heart of every story told under the starry sky of this magical world. The battles of Middle-earth are much more than mere confrontations. They are true epics of bravery, sacrifice, and determination that not only define the course of history in this fantastical world, but also leave an indelible mark on the hearts of those who witness them through the pages of J.R.R. Tolkien. Each confrontation, with its heroes and villains, its moments of triumph, and its profound tragedies, weaves a unique thread in the rich tapestry of Middle-earth's narrative, creating a legacy that continues to inspire entire generations. We hope this journey through the 5 epic battles of Middle-earth has ignited a spark of admiration for these defining moments. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that explores the depths of fantasy, bravery, and adventure. See you next time.